Hey, things alright, man? How you doing? You're tired yet? Fuck's sake. What do you need? Right, Hammy's not here. Where's the height? I'll come back and see how you're getting on. Where's D? A, B, C, E. I've got a shot at B. The third one down for here. Right, are we doing that way? That'd be good. That's where I
Good morning and welcome to the National Centre for Bowling at Ayr Northfield for Day 7 of the 2025 Bowl Scotland National Championships. If the umpires have checked and passed your bowls, you may now commence your trial innings. Best wishes to all bowlers and teams on their journey to become national champions.
Good morning and welcome back to live coverage of the 2025 Bowl Scotland National Championships from the National Centre for Bowling in Ayr. It's day 7 of 8 of another 3 live matches coming up for you on the Bowl Scotland YouTube channel and Facebook page. You can enjoy live coverage from the 2025 Bowl Scotland National Championships every day this week, culminating with the Gents and Ladies Singles finals on Saturday. 3 matches for you today. The greens are going to be busy, that's for sure, as the competitions continue towards their climax. We'll be watching Steven Fleming against Ian Connelly and the Gents round 2 of the singles. Then at 12 noon, ladies pairs third round. That's the last 8. Upper Cowell against Speightstown. And then, to be confirmed, because there's matches going on this morning, from 3:30, the ladies singles, the last 8 will take a tie from that. Hello everyone, I'm Paul Mitchell. Colin Noon is alongside me. It is all free to watch on both Scotland's Facebook page and YouTube. We're about to watch Steven Fleming against Ian Connelly. This is an intriguing tie.
Yeah, good morning Paul, good morning everyone. Nice to be back for day 7. Yeah, day 7. Been a long week, hasn't it? Two cracking players here. Good first round wins for both of them, and I guess when you get here, what your first objective is, get over that first game and try and get a bit of momentum that carries you through the championship. So Ian, local guy from Annbank, so I'm sure he'll have quite a lot of local support around the greens this morning, and Steven from Buchan Park in West Lothian.
We'll let you watch the trial ends and then we shall be back with you for the start of the match as the action from Ayr continues. So we get ready to get underway. First to 21 shots, traditional scoring method in singles. Slightly overcast day in air. We're hoping for the sunshine to break out a little bit later. It's chilly enough for the jacket being required. It's quite a high line. He looks slightly concerned at that. How far back is it going to come? Easily inside and round for the shot.
It's a nice correction from Steven after his first delivery.
One red. Steven comes in again.
He's just nipped his line again. He's following the line of his first bowl. Just needs to be a little bit braver. Ignore the ball up short on the rink and try and just drop inside. Nothing for short with this one from Ian. Opportunity to sit the ball or turn the jack round the corner. One down in the head. Little grimace.
Yep, tells us what was wrong with it. Points to the fact that he's overgrassed it. And round the back it comes. So a chance for a second here.
Steven's also picked a wider line. Will he drop? Well, he'll drop, but he's not running. But he's off the mark with a single. It was a nice chance for Steven just to add with his second delivery there, and you know, he'll consider that free shooting. Opportunity missed.
From Ian's point of view, he'll be quite happy because he was just a little bit wayward, certainly with his last one. He did have the option, jack, ball. Just play it through. The early days for both these players.
Very much so. Ian probably with his closest ball 2.5 to 3 feet from the jack, and he'll be grateful he didn't get punished any more than losing a single.
Picture of concentration. He liked it, he watched it all the way. Front toucher. Always interesting to watch the various deliveries of players and little hitch in the delivery of Steven Fleming. More traditional delivery style from Ian Connelly, trying to come round here.
Let's give this one a chance. Yeah, nicely done. Doesn't want to fall too hard on it, but the marker will tell us who holds. On blue. So, quite rightly so, Stephen coming down for a look, understand what his options are.
That's a terrific ball for Ian Connelly. Never easy to deal with a front toucher, but he did so. Also interestingly, he went back down and didn't come up to the head and stay to see what his opponent was going to do. Not much of a target to bowl to. He got there.
No, he played it well. Nice execution on the draw. Best ball of the match thus far, but I don't think you'll see him play his last one if Stephen fails with this. Just gave it a great chance. What a try!
What an effort this is.
Well, two cracking bowls. Don't think we'll be surprised if this pulls up short. To be fair, his weight was actually probably okay.
It was, and he didn't expect to be doing that.
Don't think he's done any damage though. He'll be happy to see that pull up a bowl short of the jack.
So both players on the board. Oh, what a nice place to be. So yesterday Ian Connelly threw against Alan Mulrain of St Fergus. He only 21-20 in the first round in the Gents Singles. Closest of all 16 games. Steven Fleming, 21-11 against Scott Briggs of Newbattle. He's kept that on a wide line. So Steven Fleming, who won his district title to get here like all the other players, although I did notice on the Buchan Park's Facebook page that they called him, he was the district Dingles final winner. One of the best typos you're going to find.
Sounds quite good actually. The owner of the Buchan Park website will be frantically making that change, I'm sure.
That's a great post. One red. Coming down nicely.
Well, Ian will be desperate to put something much closer than his previous three deliveries, and the grimace again shows you that he's set it out on a really wide line.
It's not coming back for anyone.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
An awful lot of space. Just needs to hang around. Well, he'll be annoyed with himself if that's going too far, because there was an awful lot of space in which to draw. Number 3, he'll have a look. And there is 3. You just got to get inside your opponents. It's been a bright start. More and more people arriving all the time. It's been a busier week down here in Ayr.
Yeah, last 2 days have been particularly busy. Lots of fours and triples and pairs action on the go, which attracts a good level of support. Well, we've seen this so often this week. Players opening up on the inside hand when the steadier side is the swinging side of the rink, which is the ditch side, the left hand side of the rink as we look.
Slipping through. Found the line that time.
Yeah, he has plenty of room, and he'll be a bit disappointed that he's not making Steven work harder for his shots. Pulling up short again, but I think enough for the shot. This is about weight. Will it drop?
Give that a good chance. Certainly worth a look from that angle.
Marker's decided that, in his opinion, it's still one blue. A couple of options for Ian. He can either maintain the backhand draw, where he's really been struggling a little bit on line, or he could change to the other side. He's got his own to promote, but elects for backhand draw again. Picked a good line. Looks like he's going to just fall short.
There is just the single shot. So Steven Fleming with the advantage, both players having won 2 ends each. You'd say after 4 ends, neither player overly comfortable. I think Steven Fleming's been the more consistent.
Yeah, I would say so. There's not much in it, to be perfectly honest, because coming this way, certainly on the first and third ends, there was nothing terribly close to the jack. Ian in particular has struggled in this particular direction, so he'll be keen to put a good opening bowl in this time. Again, he's dropped it well up the green, giving Steven a relatively straightforward opener if you can find good line length. Not taking advantage of the situation.
That's a good adjustment. That's a better adjustment.
Yeah, the marker indicating one red. As you can see, it's very difficult to tell from our camera angle, so we're very much in the hands of the marker. He's down a good track again, just needs a contact. Yeah, that'll do him for the winner.
Dipping away.
Well, the marker's just indicated 2 blue when he previously indicated 1 red before Ian played his third ball, so I'm not quite sure what the position is at the minute.
I understood his desire there to go a little bit wider to try and come and finish on the red ball, but he obviously got stuck out.
Well, with good weight, this will drop in nicely. Well, you would suggest it's definitely 2 blue now.
Yeah, he's taken himself out of running for the second shot. All tied up at 4. A little bit of chat between the players. So both these players trying to reach the last 8, which we played this afternoon, semi-finals and final to play on Saturday. The winner of this one will play the winner of Chris Stein of Windygates to Reveal or Edinburgh Tanfield's Liam Mackay.
And that tie taking place on the rink next door.
I once played at Tanfield, I think it was in Edinburgh Junior under 21 singles, something like that. My dad came down to watch. But he couldn't stay to the end of the game. He had other things he had to go and do. So he said cheerio and he left. Came back 5 minutes later. Going, what are you back for? He said, somebody's jacked my car up and stolen 2 of my tyres.
Lucky. Oh, he's somewhat lucky it was only 2.
Yeah. I'll always remember Tanfield with great fondness. The shot. I'll have been short. One of 2, he's short with 2 of 3.
He's picking reasonable lines down that side. He's just fishing around for weight. Just seeing the opposite here from Steven. Missed the line by some margin. This is a better line. There's your weight. Looks good.
Just needs to break. He's just run through.
Marker still indicating 1 red. If that position's correct, then Steven can confidently draw for 2.
Yeah, he plays it well. So which player is going to settle into a rhythm first? First balls haven't been as good as either player would like, but you do put pressure on yourself. He's staring that down, isn't he?
It's not so much the lines that are affecting the players here, it's the weight. Especially in this direction, we've seen so many short balls.
He thinks there's a road in there coming round the corner.
Well, it's enough.
Better line, still not there. Not sure that's going to look the best from the match.
Surely got to see Ian go to the other side now.
Backhand shot.
Yeah, there's a nice steady line on that side at this particular length. It's just overplayed it a fraction. Just needs to be clear, and he is. Again, lacking weight. Still plenty room for Steven. Just down to weight again. I think he's made the shot, I think.
Doesn't want to commit. Well, Ian could come and look if he wanted, but it's a fairly straightforward shot, and he needs to beat that ball. That needs to beat it and hasn't done so. Well, there's debris on either side. It's not the prettiest of ends. There will be bester to come, that's for sure. 7 plays 4, 7 ends gone.
Both players will be very frustrated by their start. Here they both know that if they'd started well, they could be well in front by this point. To be perfectly honest, but they're fishing around for length in particular.
Similar jack length. Did wonder if we might see that altered slightly.
Much better opener.
Yeah, that's what Steven be aiming for. Let's see what Ian Connelly from Annbank can do.
He's also down on a good track. Unfortunately, a familiar story.
That's the best two opening balls from Steven Fleming at an end.
Yeah, not surprised to see Ian switch. I think that's the better option for him. Turned his back on that quite early. I think he thought the line was well off. He actually just needs a minor adjustment.
No change for Steven Fleming.
Chance to apply a bit of early pressure. Just needs to run this out for another. And he has. Well played. So Ian, I'm sure, will play a similar shot down his forehand, the left hand side of the rink, drop inside his own, hope to perhaps rock off the back bowl. Certainly give it a chance. Just a corner of his own would do him. That's a great try. Had to play it with quite positive intent, didn't want to drop it up the green.
We'll have one to come as well.
And based on Stephen's first 3 deliveries, I don't think we'd be surprised to see him add another.
Yeah, there's no great danger for him, even if his opponent trails, so.
He has picked a good line, but has he pushed it? Do you know, he'll be really disappointed with that. There was nothing for being up there. Even if he'd been 2 feet past, he was going to a good home. So perhaps a pivotal moment in this game. If Ian fails, Steven will march into a 10-4 lead. A minor adjustment on his last from Ian will perhaps yield the shot. He's wider.
Oh, he's way wider. I mean, it did come back an awful lot, but I had to say, didn't look like he was going to get back nearly enough. So now they're playing affecting the head of the last ball. It's Steven Fleming who's the happier. Three straight ends, 2-1-3. And that's why he leads by 6 shots.
You can see the venue starting to fill up a little bit now. Paul, lots of people up looking at green C at the moment, just out of picture. Less people around this green, it's singles, so perhaps that's inevitable.
A few familiar faces around the greens today as well. To David Gurley earlier. Darren Burnett, who's won this title 3 times. The National Gents Singles title, is playing in the triples, got through yesterday. That's better.
Yeah, well done. I think Darren's triple plays the local Northfield triple today, I believe.
Well, if you're going to come down to here, have a little go at the home guys. It's just swinging away as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised both players are persevering with this.
just not here.
That'll swing away again.
Still one held by Steven Fleming.
Actually, you might see Ian attack this ball. You might try and run it off. No, persisting with the draw. I think the drawing line's probably through his own. Yeah, that's probably what it proved.
He's not able to make that little change. Like you, I did wonder if he would just to change things up, just go with the drive, but it was not to be. The Gents Singles elsewhere. Windigates and Duravale. Christopher Steen leads Tanfield's Liam Mackay 7-5. Drummoyne's Ryan Langdon's got off to a really good start against Borston's Kevin Frogley leads 15-2. Blackwood Victoria, that can only mean Ian McLean is leading Fairfield's Craig McAnally 6-5. Ellen's Robert Marshall leads Leslie's Ian Drysdale 8-1. It's been a good start for Graham Marshall of Castle Hill. He leads Airdrie's John Barry 9-3. Whitehill's John Mackay is trailing Chinside's Jamie Mitchell 9-3, and Thornhill's Robert Lenz has got a good start against Dumbarton's Michael Keenan. He leads by 6-1. He's been struggling with his opening ball. Let's see what he can do here. Can he come down and finish? That's better.
Yeah, much better. As I say, the player's not really struggling with line in this direction. They've more been struggling with their weight. So and you can see Stephen dropping in there nicely again.
Dipping away.
Can you hold that line, Ian?
Better wait for what he was looking for. Just inside.
Yeah, this could be a good ball coming in if it drops in time. It may just drift past. It's a chance for Ian just to arrive on this. If you can gather the jack and move it to the left hand side of the screen as we look, he'll yield a count of 2 or 3, but he's missed the line. I just wonder if he's just not aggressive enough. Maybe needed to play that with a little more.
There was only a single against him. I mean, I think the worst he could have done was drop a 2. So I'm with you. I think you might wonder if he should have just been a little bit more positive.
Yeah, for sure, but you know, he'll need to change something and change something quickly, or you know, Stephen's in pole position, and I'm sure he'll play well as a front runner. Some ladies singles taking place across the complex this morning. Baillieston's Laura Welsh has got an early lead against Dumbarton's Emma McLeod and leads by 6 shots to 1. All tied up between Sandra Dean of Murray and Susan Murray of Seafield, 4 each. Raploch's Isabel Bullock leads by 7 shots to 2 against Cardonnell's Jess Weir. Emma Mitchell, who we saw yesterday on the stream, trails narrowly to Claire Wilson from Broxburn, 6-7. Linda Fleming of Banton and Kelvin Head leads 5-1 against Stirling's Lauren McGowan. Jessica Young, the winner of the under 25 singles from Craigentinney, trails Busby's Emma Fry 2-4. Last year's under 25 singles winner Megan Sproat trails Larbert's Shona Black 4-5. And in the final game on that green, Abby Harris of Ralston trails Newton Moore's Judith Eiley 2-7.
Good number of young Scottish players in there, which is great to see.
Certainly is. We've got some good youth and under 25 players coming through at the minute, both in the girls and the boys. So that's healthy for the the long-term viability of the game.
We saw Emma Mitchell win yesterday, Emma from the Gilmerton club, and we mused yesterday about the badge of Gilmerton, and we could obviously see the bowls in the second part of the badge. It's a drum and drumsticks, representative of the area that is in the top. If you're unsure of what we're talking about, that's not unusual for us, but you could Google Gilmerton Bowling Club and see the badge for yourself. Connelly. Closer, better head. And that's worth Steven Fleming coming up and having a look. Interesting to see what he's taken away from that, whether he's just trying to figure out who is lying or whether he thinks there might be a little shot on to increase a count.
Can't really see much to get a count, Paul. I think he'll just play the draw on this side and he'll hope to just drift inside the blue bowl. But he's left it on the outside, so probably very similar for Ian. Does have a shot down the backhand side if he chooses to play it. An opportunity to sit the red ball out for a count. Not choosing to play it. Played this nicely though. Yeah, well done. Well played.
One out. Doesn't want to give it away, and I never blame a bowler for that. But if in doubt, just call for the umpire. And that's what we're going to do. There's a little gaggle of balls around that jack, so that's going to get sorted out here. Balls will be supported. Chalks going underneath just to make sure that when the ball is measured against, that they don't move. And the players doing the correct thing, standing back, watching on, but standing well out the way. That one certainly looks good. 2 shots. So 2 to blue, 12-6. I think it's an interesting jack placement. I think he needs to change something. So come deeper.
Yeah, he's definitely gone slightly longer, hasn't he?
Continuing off the backhand, coming this way.
Yeah, there's that Achilles heel.
New end, same story. He's pushed that out better. Got the weight, he'll come all the way in from there.
Yeah, nicely done. Steven hasn't played many down this side. Certainly picked a decent line. It's down right in line behind the jack.
How can Ian replicate?
And he's picked the same line. One enough for a shot.
It's arguably his best back-to-back bowls in the game.
Yeah, it certainly is. Steven going early.
First time he's had a chance to be aggressive. That takes a borrow. Clear out of 1.
Yeah, interesting. That ball held a long time for a side that really does swing.
There's a little track down there. Now can he put it back?
Needs to run. Opportunity missed. Well, nothing really to lose for Steven. He has the best back ball, so any positive contact should do him. He's on the wide side though.
Ian will settle for the single. Winning back-to-back ends as he moves on to 7. Just trying to nibble into that advantage. Plenty of colourful bowling jerseys are available all around the greens, but if you look behind when you see these players playing, you'll see a baseball jersey, the Toronto Blue Jays. Have a fan in the stands.
Good spot.
You should be able to see it there, the gentleman with the powder blue jersey at the back. You surprised they didn't push that jack a little bit longer?
I am a bit, yeah. But I guess on the positive side for Ian, he's beyond with his first delivery. Too many of his first ones have been short, which has been causing him a problem.
Stops inside, certainly looking on.
Nobody seems prepared to give the ditch hand a go, despite struggling often badly actually on the side that they've chosen to play.
I can understand that of the player in the lead. Sometimes you think, well, let my opponent change. I'm doing okay. I might not be playing great, but I'm doing okay. But yeah, it's a little bit more mysterious here.
Yeah, the Dutch side, as we know, has got a nice finish on it, but at that length, it's not, it's not hugely wide. It certainly doesn't finish sideways, that's for certain.
Little collection of the Undergrass Bowls Club. Convening a meeting to the right hand side.
This is all about weight, because his line is the best he's had. Just running through. Well, how many is this? You'd imagine it's at least a couple.
Well, he's only conceding one for now.
Yeah, one only. Yeah, with nothing particularly near it, you'd say chance missed by both players.
And either player, if you were to ask them, I don't think they'd be overly happy with the way they're playing.
No, and I can understand, why they're sticking to that side, because we talk in bowls about finding a side and sticking to it, and often it's the same side up and down, and that's to avoid what we would call playing round the clock, so playing up one side and back down the other. So I can understand why they're doing this, but you can see that the hand is very playable in this direction. It's very steady, but going away from the camera angle that you can see right now, it's incredibly tricky.
Does he have the better line this time?
Yeah, he definitely has a better line. Just needs to put the brakes on.
It's the man from Buchan Park, Green Lakes Road in Broxburn. Flies one, comes in again.
Yeah, this will count two. Looked really easy away.
Yep.
Yeah.
All three balls finishing across the head for Ian Connelly. Looking to add another.
Just needs to put the brakes on too.
A little bit too far.
How's your weight? Best line he's picked. Best weight too.
That's a nice save. He's potentially going 15-7 down. 13-8, a lot more palatable. Okay, jack length here will be interesting.
Chose to keep it quite short last time round. Definitely longer. Not hugely so. Matt's up just a fraction.
Nicely through the back. Yeah, Connelly, first time he's played at the National Championships. It's a second time for Steven Fleming. First time in the singles, I think. He's trying to come down here.
He's nicely played. Just needs to run a bit more. Oh. There's your weight, Ian. Very nice, I think. Touching the jack, he'll make. No, if he wasn't already lying to, he maybe now.
One on a measure is the indication. I think it's 2. Be up to this.
I don't think he'll hold that line. I think it'll
No.
go under. Again, maybe not aggressive enough.
That's what I said he'll be up to this big. I just presume, given the kind of player he is, that's not too bad a target. Come up, be pretty firm, and to finish short. And the curse of the short ball has been striking.
2 conceded. I agree, Paul. I think there might have been an opportunity just to, play up and through that. He's not really been mastering the hand. There might have been a case for playing clean through. Chance of the 2 balls might have left him lying 2 or 3, jack in the ditch. He's still trying to master that really tricky hand on the dead draw.
Well, credit to Ian Connelly of Annbank. He's won 4 of the last 5 ends. Get himself right back into this one. Played end number 16. I think I could count on 2 fingers the number of times he's actually played a ball through the head with his opener. He's just not getting the push, and that's a good response.
I can see Ian just asking the question about the position of the ball. I think he'll have to change. Nope. Missed the line.
We've all been there. You can see the reaction. You know what you want to do. He's doing the right thing here.
And Stephen will know that's not, you know, that he's missed the line there. That's not necessarily the rink that's done that. He's probably missed the line by, I don't know, a foot or so, probably. If he's got good weight, he'll come down inside the blue.
Just going through. It's going to be an interesting ball, because if Ian comes close, because the first one down this side wasn't too bad. If he can get in and around again, that might actually persuade him onto that side of the rink.
Give it a huge try. Just overplayed. Again, a pretty decent line down there. It will drop, but will they get back to middle?
And it's working hard.
Yeah, great try.
Just be no single. So elsewhere, across Windigate, St Giro's, Israelstein has scored just 2 of the last 12 shots. Tanfield's Liam Mackay has moved on to 59 ahead. Tremoyne's Ryan Langdon is already through. He's taking care of Borston's Kevin Frogley by 21 shots to 7. Ian McLean, current holder, looking for his 4th national singles title, is leading 13-7 against Fairfield's Craig McAnally. Well, Ellen's Robert Marshall, 16-3 ahead of Leslie's Ian Drysdale. He's close to the finishing line there. Good old battle between Castle Hill and Airdrie. That's Graham Marshall and John Barry. It's 12-11 for Graham Marshall. Tyneside's Jamie Mitchell is 2 shots from victory against Whitehall's John Mackay. He leads 19-4, and it's pretty tight on C4. Thornhill's Robert Lenson leads Dumbarton's Michael Keenan 9-7.
Nice opening deliveries from Stephen.
Here's the reply.
If he holds up, he's pretty close. Yeah, maybe.
Indeed. Marker thinks so.
You can see the advantage of Stephen being just beyond the jack with his first 2. He has the opportunity to move that a couple of feet to make 2 or 3, but he's just gone on the wide side.
Trying to come down again. Can rest on his own.
Yeah, played it nicely.
Well, the last time he had a couple against him, I said he wouldn't be short. I think he's certainly up and into this. What's he going to get? Is he going to dip?
Hold. It will go quickly.
Yeah, it's dipped away. One in a measure. No grave danger. Well, I mentioned that it's up to the player who's behind to try and change something, I guess. Ian's changed a little. Steven Fleming, he did lead by 12-4. Seeing his lead being eroded.
This just needs to be good weight, because it's one of the best lines he's picked on that hand thus far. Just pulling up fraction short. 2 conceded. Umpire called. So whilst the umpire is measuring that shot, just bringing you up to date with the ladies singles, which are being played on green B and green C this morning. So Laura Welsh has extended her lead over Emma McLeod of Dumbarton by 14 shots to 5. Sandra Dean has pulled away a little. Sandra Dean from Murray has pulled away a little from Seafield's Susan Murray and leads 11-6. Isabel Bullock in a commanding lead over Jess Weir from Cardonald by 17 shots to 4. Gilmerton's Emma Mitchell has also pulled away a little from Claire Wilson of Broxburn and leads by 14-8. Banton and Kelvin Head's Linda Fleming leads Stirling's Lauren McGowan 8-3. Craig and Tinney's Jessica Young is now trailing Busby's Emma Fry 9-4. And a tight one between Megan Sproat of Ladeside of Kilburney and Larbert's Shona Black, with Shona holding an 8-6 advantage. And finally, Ralston's Abby Harris leads Newton Moore's Judith Eiley by 10 shots to 8. Nice start from Ian. Stephen in with a very decent reply. Yeah, well played.
Good two opening balls from the players. 14 plays 12.
How's your weight, Ian? Because you've picked a cracking line. Yeah, nicely done.
Well, he might feel it's taken him a while, but he is warming up nicely.
Yeah, he certainly is. And Ian technically should know these greens well. Local player, District 29, and all of District 29's qualifiers for this event are held here at Northfield.
This has been the best end so far.
It's a clear run.
Doesn't want to touch that one too much.
Yeah, I don't think he's done any harm. Stephen would be well served to come down and look at this.
Just wants to come in and get something. Any contact on his own would be good. Yeah. He's just going to slip past.
It's maybe just a bit kind of tippy-tappy in terms of what he's trying to play there. There's an opportunity down the forehand side. We know that hand swings. Any contact on the outside blue one would likely yield the shot. Equally, he has the shot on the backhand side. He's got red into the two balls, or red onto the jack. So plenty of opportunities, but has to be up and through. You wouldn't be surprised if Ian tries to get beyond with this, but I don't think he's pushed it. Well, it may not be the worst ball in the world. It probably keeps Stephen off the backhand, the right hand side of the rink, playing with any weight, and forces him onto the 4. But that's a nice pocket to come in there. As long as his ball's somewhere between the red stickered ball and the blue stickered ball, about 2 feet short of the jack, then he'll have every chance of converting.
Not seen too many opportunities for the conversion shot, so let's see what Steven Fleming can do. Currently the score will be 14 each. He has decided to play the backhand and just come in and try and get a little touch on it. Well, it's all about what you see as the player, what you want to play. It's easy for us to say. We would probably come down the other side.
Is that a no? I'm going for a three. Come on.
Club champion of Buchan Park has seen a 12-4 advantage and a 14-10 advantage evaporate.
Yeah, I've just seen a handshake on ring 2 there in the match between Liam Mackay and Christine. And we'll bring you confirmation of that result just as soon as we have it.
Right, bud? Aye, no bad. I'll let you there, please come up. Aye, I let Ravens go, come on. Was there at air, their stage, it's mum's a bit of a way. See you later on.
Momentary freeze. Steven Fleming comes in for shot using Connelly.
He needs to be careful here. He needs to be careful that he gets a ball around, or he's in danger of losing a cheap 2 or 3.
Off his own jack as well.
Decent enough line from Steven if he can hold.
Just rest into there.
Yeah, that'll do him. Yeah, I think 3 shots conceded. Yeah, that's an unfortunate cheap end from Ian. Nothing really near it. His jack dictated the length, but failed to get in with his first 2 balls, and gave Steven, just opened the door for Steven to put 3 around the area. Nothing particularly close, but he'll be grateful.
There was no magic recipe there, was there? It was just simple draw shots. Don't worry about the jack, beat your opponent.
No, there was no play. Simple draw would have done the job. But unfortunately, Ian missing line and weight.
He'd worked really hard to get himself back on level terms, and immediately just, he knows, didn't intend to do it, but dropping that 3, and all of a sudden there's a little spring back in the step. Remove the man from the Broxburn club.
It's just that momentum shift, I think, Paul. You know, I mean, of course, neither player, you know, at the finishing line, but you know, Steven can card another 1 or 2 here, then, you know, he'll start to think about, you know, finishing the match in one end.
Did say from the Broxburn club, obviously Buchan Park is in Broxburn. There is a Broxburn bowling club as well, just to confused things slightly. The man from Buchan Park. 2 good balls again. The weight's good. I don't think either will be digging this hand up to try and take it home with him.
Yeah, in fairness, I think it's actually alright coming in this direction. I think it's very tricky in the other.
Yeah, the other direction it's certainly harder. But there's been so many balls that have finished across. Example coming.
For sure. And I think they need to be just a bit brave and trust the rink, because there's not that many balls get stuck on the outside. You can see this on the wider line, but it's still coming back almost to centre rink. Just hanging off. Well, how brave are you, Ian? Will you persist with that backhand side, or will you come down the other side, sit the 2 red balls for a 2? You can play it with a little bit of positive intent, pull the jack round the corner, potentially card a 3.
He does change the hand.
I think he's gave this a chance. I don't think he's got enough weight though.
Again, you can't argue with the weight. He got the line but just dropped it short. Again, the prize was, even if you're a little bit over the weight there, to come into those red balls.
Mat up just a little further this time, nothing outrageous. Well, mat up. This looks a reasonably short length.
Just about to say, I think both players are at the stage where neither wants to switch to the other side. They're going to persist, but we've seen a lot of balls like that.
The game's gone on too long now, I feel, for either player to want to take that chance. Now then, Steven, he will like the way this is shaped up already. A foot to 18 inches behind. Plenty room to add another. He can add another. Ian's under a little bit of pressure already. So he's pulled one tight and he's left one on the wide side. What are we getting this time? Well, favourable contact on the jack. Probably stops the nonsense in terms of losing the match in one end. So he won't be unhappy with that. This looks on the narrow side too. Now Ian, you need to concentrate hard here. You must beat one of those red balls in the front. Otherwise, Steven's going to have a shot for the match, and that's the way this is playing out. So he's continuing to play the forehand. He has a shot for the game on the backhand side to turn the blue one through the head and finish the game.
Well, when he looks back at that, he'll wonder why he didn't come up and have a look at the head, because again, if we stress, it is easy from the commentary box, but the backhand shot just to move that blue ball through looks so attractive with very little danger.
Yeah, I mean, what an opportunity to shake hands. So, as Paul said, it's easy sitting here. In all fairness, I suppose it was a hand he hadn't played, and therefore that might have looked a little bit tricky, but I think many would have attempted a little bit of an aggressive run through the head there to card the 4 and finish the game, but we go on.
I don't want to pile on Steven Fleming, that's not our job, but we're just trying to explain what we see and where we see it from. The other thing that surprised me, Colin, was he didn't come down and have a look. Now, he might have just made his mind up and seen it from that and thought, no, that's not for me. But I think if he'd come up and had a look at that, given the player he is and the capability he's got, I think it might have taken him a little bit longer just to tempt him there.
Look, I think sometimes you get caught in the moment as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, you get caught, you hold one, you add another, and you try and just, keep the scoreboard turning, and maybe that was his objective, but we may never know.
Nicely played by Connelly. Again, that hand. When they found the line, it's worked. Looks a little bit better. Trying to come back to centre rink. Round it comes.
Yeah, nicely done. A well weighted shot from Ian will stop on the red ball, but I think he's just overplayed it. His line was good. Now, this just needs to drop in. Now, once again, Ian needs to play in the backhand side, stop on either red ball, otherwise Steven will be given another opportunity to end this match. Didn't quite see from the umpire, the marker, Paul, whether that's 1 or 2. I think if it's 2, he may elect just to play the same. If it's only 1, I think the shot is probably down the ditch side. Sit the blue ball away and hold a match lie with 1 delivery to come. Let's see what he chooses to play.
Just looking to draw in again.
And he's picked the wide line.
Yep.
So now Ian with the chance.
Well, Ian will certainly know. I mean, again, there's options, depends how aggressive he wants to be. He certainly needs to be up.
He can't afford to be aggressive to the point that he halves his own out the head, or slice the jack, actually, for that matter.
But that's what I mean. Coming at the 2 red balls, certainly either of them would have got a little result for him.
2, we think. So Steven moves on to 20, looking for 1 to close the game out. So has to be error free from this point in from Ian Connelly.
So players who are already through. Tanfield's Liam Mackay has beaten Christopher Steen 21-11. I mentioned Drummoyne's Ryan Langdon had got through against Kevin Frogley of Borston 21-7. Ian McLean 3 shots away from a place on the last 8. He leads Craig McAnally of Fairfield 18-8. Ellen's Robert Marshall winning easily earlier on against Leslie's Ian Drysdale 21-3. Chinside's Jamie Mitchell also through 21-4 against Whitehall's John Mackay. Couple of tight matches. Castle Hill's Graham Marshall trailing Airdrie's John Barry by a single shot 16-15, and Thornhill's Road Lenza leads Dumbarton's Michael Keenan 13-11. Just a fair bit behind everybody else. all for a place in the last 8 of the Gents Singles. So 32 districts represented, looking to distill down to that winner. Good opening. Well, when you're facing your opponent on 20, you need a good opening ball. Looks narrow.
Well, plenty of room for Steven. A better line. Can he hold on? Nope, it's drifted away again. So equally, anything within a yard will count for Ian. This looks good if he's got the right weight. Yeah, well played. Well done.
One ball each to come.
Steven won't want to lose a fairly cheap 2 or 3 here. Put himself back under a bit of pressure.
Well, if his last ball, they might be tempted to reach those 2 blue balls, but his opponent has one to play. I think he's just drawing here.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we've not really seen any aggressive play from Steven at all. So I think he'll play this as a dead draw. Can he hold on? He has. So a match lie for Steven Fleming, and 1 ball to recover from Ian.
Well, these are the big moments in matches. That was nicely done by Steven Fleming. Very calm, simple draw, just improved on his previous 3. And Ian Connelly to stay in the tournament.
Great line. How's your running? Are you too quick? I think he is.
Just gone through, and Steven Fleming builds on his round 1 victory against Scott Briggs of Newbattle by taking the scalp of Ian Connelly of Annbank. 21 shots to 15. It wasn't the easiest of games. He struggled at times, but he got himself over the line, winning the last 3 ends, 1-2-1. He picked up a 3 at end number 19 after the scores had been peeled at 14. And Steven Fleming finds himself in the last 8, and he'll be very, very pleased as well.
Yeah, he'll be happy to get over the line there. You know, that you can see the side of the rink that they chose to play was quite tricky. We've watched this. We've had the advantage of watching this all week, and we know that certainly the Dutch side is probably the side where it's a bit more steady, it's a bit more forgiving, albeit it's a reasonably big swing. But look, you know, sometimes you need to play your opponent and not the green, and that's what Steven did there. Just, you know, you do enough to get over the line, and you move on to the next one.
That's it for this morning's coverage. Do join us for the ladies' pairs a little bit later in the day, and then we'll have a round 3, a last 8 singles match of the ladies as well to round out our coverage today. But for now, bye for now.